Let me turn that down. Sorry about that. How is everybody on a Friday?
Good.
I better hit pause here on this one so it won't no sound. So hello everybody. We got Nicole from through if I say I'm gonna make sure I say it right, through the veil paranormal. Is that correct?
Through the veil.
Through the veil. Okay, through the veil. So before we start digging deep into what's a medium, what's it about, we'll let more people start coming in, coming in from outside. Once you go live, then everybody gets the notifications and people start coming in. So so far we got Sunny 3 that's here. She's a good friend to the show. Queen of Swords, she's almost been there from the beginning. And then our good friend brother Mark Wood. So more people be jumping in, but guys, I had a good breakfast, Bob. I actually had a good breakfast.
Cool.
IHOP is not giving me no money. They're not sponsoring the show, which they should. I mean, IHOP should sponsor us, right? So,
they're open.
Sponsor. IHOP has they have pickup orders now, dude.
Oh shit!
For $21. This is why I'm talking about this real quick. For $21, I got over 8 pancakes, over 4 or 5 hash browns. I mean, it fed 5 of us in this house. And I mean, my God, for $21, that's like I'm telling you, people, that's a bargain. And they're not sponsoring this channel. But I'm just gotta tell you, man, for $21, holy shit.
Sounds good. I'm in England, dude. You know what I had? You know what I had? You know what I had right before I got on? Beans on toast. Beans on toast. I swear to God. I had beans. I was like pork and beans on toast. And then ham.
Nicole, what do you have for breakfast?
You wouldn't think
you'd about breakfast. What do you have?
Actually, I haven't ate breakfast.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Hey, I don't know. I might have to order IHOP tomorrow, man. It's pretty cheap. We got people coming in now. We got more people coming in. John M. Hello, friends and fighters. He's coming in. So right before we talk about mediums, also I was watching the news this morning. Right, sometimes I like to watch news and just laugh. And you know how people complain that YouTube has clickbaits. Fake clickbaits. They do fake titles, right?
Clickbait.
The news does that too. Okay, this morning it says Google is taking down 10,000 of emails that has to deal with coronavirus.
What?
Over 10,000 views. That's what they're saying. So you're thinking to yourself, you mean if I write an email to Bob and I write something about the coronavirus, they're taking it down? That's what they're making it sound like. And then, of course, they have the commercial break, right? You got to wait through the commercial break, and then they come back on. Google is taking down spam emails about coronavirus. Like, oh, spam? Why the fuck do I care, man? We take down all the spam. And then Bob, here's this one.
Yeah.
There's a city that's doing terrific with the coronavirus. There's no people with the virus. They're doing awesome. We could learn a lot from this city, right?
Who's it?
Okay, they didn't tell you the city. They go through another commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what city is this? What city in the United States is this? They come back on. A city in Antarctica.
Oh.
Antarctica?
Oh.
Yeah, and there was a big article like Antarctica people were telling people how they were surviving the virus. Like when somebody goes outside to talk, they let them talk by themselves.
Antarctica.
Yeah, that's what it says. And these people are saying in Antarctica, when somebody wants to talk outside, they let them go by themselves so they can talk to themselves. Nobody gets around near that person. Well, first of all, if you live in Antarctica, who the fuck is outside?
Yeah, that's cold.
Antarctica. It's Antarctica. No, you're talking about Antarctica. The big ice.
Antarctica. The news was about
Antarctica. What do they have a home, man? There's no Antarctica.
Not anybody could go to Antarctica.
You can't go to Antarctica. Well, are they in the station, like in the science station?
Yeah,
International Science Station?
They're talking about the stations and all that, and it's like, okay, so we're going to learn a lot how to fight this virus through people who live in Antarctica.
You gotta fly in. There's no no Antarctica. Bullshit. You gotta fly into a science station in the middle of Antarctica where they have these big old buildings on platforms. And viruses can't survive in the cold. They're hybrid, they're done. There's no problem in Antarctica.
I know. Voynich is in the house. Captain Rankin are good friends. I know. It was just so ridiculous with the news this morning. It's like they're fighting for a story so badly. Like, okay, Antarctica is going to teach us in the United States of America how to hide from the virus. Okay.
Maybe we can start an ice age. We'll be fine. Let's do an ice age.
A population of 12 people?
Yeah, all 12 of them are fine. Thank you, God, that those 12 are fine. Oh, man, in Antarctica. Boy. Imagine if that happened, the end of the fucking world. What the? I mean, maybe Greenland. I would go as far as that's cool with a story from Greenland because at least it's a continent like hanging around the area. But Antarctica, come on, man.
Yeah, it's on Q13 News, Fox News on Q13, the local Fox News, not the big Fox News. So maybe you could go to their webpage. I don't know. Maybe they have it in there about the article from Antarctica, how we could learn a lot. And, believe it or not, this weekend in Washington, there's actually going to be a protest at the state capitol of people are tired of being cooped up in their house.
Of course.
Now, but the thing is about Washington people protest about anything. We all know this. They protest about, they get people from Oregon. They protest about anything. But they're protesting not about keeping in the house, that how it's unconstitutional for the government and states to force you to not be around people. That's what they're fighting to protest. So that'll be interesting, If you were down here, Bob, if you would have went down there live and record these people.
I wish, man. Today was my flight day. Today was my flight out of fucking England, and of course they canceled it again. This is the second time. There's nobody in the fucking airport. Literally nobody to talk to. There was nobody in the section of the airplanes at the airport. It's like, so I got lucky on the computer. It allowed me to reschedule a new date. I'm literally illegal, man. I joke about I am an illegal white man in a white man's world over here. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I start a little taco fucking stand somewhere and just start working on cars illegally. And maybe I might go to I need some money, dude. I'm gonna go down to the fucking auto parts store and I'm gonna hang around the outside and get a job. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna hang around the outside fence and say, "What do I do? I'm American. I can work, man. I work under the table. How many pounds?
You should.
I'll install that toilet.
You should get a job with some of those furniture places and flip a sign around.
I might go flip a sign. I don't know. I'm illegal in Europe. I'm illegal in Europe. I'm the American illegal in Europe at the moment. In the Mandela Effect fucking world, in the flat earth, on the back of the fucking turtle, or whatever else you want to call this fucking crazy ass place.
What part of the United States you're from, Nicole?
I'm from Missouri.
Missouri. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, people who's here right now, and usually people start coming in even more and more during the show. Nicole and I met through our good friend of the channel, Clown Paranormal, which we all love. Clown's he's a class act. I don't know about his shaving. I love that beard. I miss that beard on him, but
Yeah, he lost his personality. I don't know. He still has his personality, but it just looks weird to me. I don't know.
It does. It looks different without that beard. I miss that grizzly look, but he's an awesome guy. He's always welcome on the show. And, we met through him and I said, hey, and then we always talk about talking to a medium on this channel. And it's always hard trying to find, I'm not saying find a person, but find a person who maybe is real or not. And we trust Clown, and Clown gives you a good recommendation. So we'll just start out different mediums have different abilities, right? Not every medium has the exact same abilities. It could be different abilities. So can you tell us what abilities would you say you have as a medium?
Start off with what a medium is first. Not everyone knows what a medium is.
Okay, a medium is a person that can transition messages from, usually from the dead is the way they put it. So yeah, that's basically in a bottle shell. A medium talks to the dead.
Yeah, because Ed Lorraine was considered a medium, correct?
Hmm.
And a
Well,
lot of
Ed
people
was a
know Ed
demonologist.
Lorraine. She's one of the original ghost hunters, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
She's one of the original that's been on the news about her abilities. How would somebody even know they even have this ability? Is this something you're born with, or did you have like a near-death experience where something happened to you where these abilities start to come to you?
Actually, I believe that you are actually born with this intuition. My grandmother had it. I have it. My children have it. And there are different levels. I think I'm a little more skilled even than my grandmother was. And I started off when I was 5 years old of having my first experience.
Okay.
So,
At 5. Wow. You didn't poop your diaper and take off running, crying, and screaming.
well, actually, at first, being 5 years old, I actually had a man come into my bedroom. And yeah, and he would talk to me about, kind of how things were back then. And I guess he was trying to teach me as a child of how to be when I grow up. And I knew he wasn't supposed to be there. So, I explained to my mom, there's a man in my room. Of course, your parents are not going to believe you.
No.
So, yeah. So she decides she's going to sleep in my room. And I slept with my dad that night. And she come in there and she's like, no, we're moving. She actually believed me after that.
Oh,
Now, some
shit.
people believe that if you're haunted by something, even if you move, the haunting can actually follow you.
I haven't had that experience. Now, with the old man, I think he was more attached to that property.
Okay.
And yeah,
Okay.
he just come to me because he knew that he could speak to me and I could, intervene, what he was talking about. Maybe he could sense that I could see him because we did interact.
That's cool. So he must have died on the property. He must have been the old man that owned the property before, and then he died there.
Yeah.
And so you knew that you were able to see him because he's probably walking around. You're like, look, the old man.
Yeah. What are you doing in my room? This is my room,
Yeah, and he's drawn to you. He's like, oh, I'm drawn to somebody who can see me and probably have a conversation. That's kind of cool.
There's an
Whoa.
orb that just flew in from my. Did you see that?
No.
You know what? I looked down. I wasn't even looking up for a second. I was seeing if there was any questions if people want if people want questions from the chat, just type in the word question and type out what your question is, and we'll ask. Now I believe
did the old man that visited you, did he resemble anybody in particular? He leaned over your bed.
No, he was just an old man.
Yeah.
I mean, he was dressed in baggy farmer clothes, and I knew, he didn't belong to anybody in my family. So
Yeah.
So the good news, it wasn't the Pope and it wasn't Donald Trump. That's
Wasn't
good
Donald
news.
Trump. No, thank God.
No.
You're okay. You're okay. Tom Hanks. Or Tom Hanks, we don't know anymore. A lot of question about that guy going on right now.
But now you're full grown. Do you get visited by different people now, like in a bedroom or anywhere?
Anywhere, all the time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's hard to turn it off. Sometimes I can't even sleep. And I do have the ability of what they call clairsentience. So I really don't touch people a lot because if someone touches me, if anybody's ever seen that movie 13 Ghosts, where the guy touches the ground and says, there's like so many bodies buried here, you lied.
Oh yeah.
I actually can
long
connect
time
with
ago.
that guy.
Oh my God. All that would freak me the fuck out.
Yeah.
And so you could touch the ground, you could tell how many people are like not buried there, but just in the area. Like just in the area.
Yeah. I could
Okay.
touch houses, walls, and I could tell you who lived there, what the house used to look like. I could touch objects, people. I could tell you about your past just by touching your hands. And I closed my eyes and I could see a movie of your whole past.
Okay.
So do you have to be there, or can you I don't know, look at Bob and say there's something in his house that you can feel?
Sometimes I do get the message, like the one I transferred to you, if you remember.
Yeah, about the sister, who's actually, we had a brother who became a sister in the Weird Twist, and you said the word sis, where my wife's name is Cicely, but everybody calls her sis.
Mm-hmm.
That's what. So I know this might be an oddball question, and don't take this as any disrespect or anything. But I like to get the answers. Sometimes you got to ask these weird questions, like when somebody says to you, "I don't believe you. I don't believe you have these gifts." Is there something that you can show them or tell them that trying to change their way of thinking, or you just don't even bother with them?
Well, if I'm with them personally, I'll ask them, can I read your hands? And they're like, what do you mean? I'll take their hands and I'll close my eyes and, I'll tell them I'll tell them what these people look like. I'll give them places they visited in their childhood and they're like, oh my God. And it's just a waking moment. That's the way my proof is. And with a lot of mediums, they're like, oh, well, I'll read your cards. And well, that's not really proof to me. I mean, I want to prove to you something that I don't know that you personally know. So I'll either tell you your grandma's name, something your grandma liked to do,
Because even in the Mandela Effect world, I mean, if Bob tells somebody he has a Mandela Effect, people are like, well, what's the proof? Where's your proof? Where's your proof? And,
Yeah.
And paranormal and Mandela Effect really goes hand in hand. I mean, you're believing in something that other people can't see or they don't want to see.
They don't want to see.
Like you said, a lot of people are born with the Mandela Effect, or born with a medium. Now, like Bob said, or a lot of channels says, everybody has the Mandela Effect. They just don't know it. They just don't want to realize it, or don't even want to research it. But for like Bob, like he woke up in 2016. Like when Bob started telling me about the Mandela Effect, like he told me the one thing that kind of finally like shook me open.
Out of 1,000
more things starts to open. Even though you were born with it, was there like one thing that you saw that finally just like opened the gates where like, holy shit, there's something more into this? Kind of like the Mandela Effect. When that one, like it could be Monopoly, it could be Dolly from Moonraker, James Bond movie that kind of woke me up.
Mm-hmm.
We did a show yesterday, Henry VIII with the turkey leg. That woke up a lot of people. Was there something with you that really woken you up? And maybe I'm not calling it powers like comic books, but kind of really pushed it out.
I guess it was when I was like 17 and I was in the grocery store with my, friend of mine, and I walked by this lady, and I try not, to approach people, but when it comes on really strong and you're like, you feel that anxiety attack, like you have to tell somebody something. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to choke this up. I said, I might be crazy, might be insane, but I tapped this lady on the shoulder and I was like, I know you don't know me and I don't know you, but a guy named Bob wants to tell you that the numbers that you were looking for is 72345.
Oh, wow.
And she looked at me, she said, what? I said, this guy named Bob, and I told her the numbers, and she's like, we have been looking for the code to his bank accounts, the locks. And she goes, this is amazing. And I was like, well, I said, like, I don't know, I just thought I was being stupid, but there's your answer. She's like, he grabs a hold of me, hugs me. She's like, oh my God. She said, I didn't know these people actually exist. I thought they were all fakes. And yeah, that was kind of opening to me. And then, I've had several incidents like that before that I just had to talk to somebody.
Did you talk to this woman after she tried it and make sure it works?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I did. Yeah, I gave her my phone number and everything, and she's like, "Yeah, we got the papers, the deeds were in there, the card, everything was in there." And I was like, "She's like, let me pay you," and I was like, "No, I do not get paid for my services. I am gifted to give them to you for free, and I do that."
So I'm sure you get people asking you lottery numbers and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, but my thing is, I really don't see the presence. My son is more like that. I see more of the past. So, yeah, I have got a few glimpses. I saved my brother from a plane crash, and I saved a friend of mine from drowning. But that's the only two things that I can remember that was his presence.
You're gonna piss off the Grim Reaper. You be careful. There was a thing called the Final Destination. And you're like, hey, I was supposed to take them yesterday, and you just saved their fucking life. You're gonna and
Right.
they'll get mad at you pretty soon. That
I
was
have made
his.
Satan mad.
I mean, technically, God gave you the gift. If God gave you the gift, then I guess you have the one up on the Grim Reaper. You're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm taking you, saving
Right.
your life. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you go on have you been on ghost hunts with Clown?
Oh, cool.
No, we were talking about that going to Bobby Mackey's, and I said
Bobby
it.
Mackey. Yep,
Yeah,
I
I
know
was like,
that story.
it sounds like a really bad bar joke to me. A demon hunter and a medium walks into a bar, but that's like, we'll give us a try. We're talking about it when everything lives.
That'd be
So.
good. That'd be good. I
Yeah,
would
Mackey's is
watch
on
that.
like every single ghost hunting show there is. I think Ghost Adventure's been there. Ghost Hunters, maybe, I don't know, but there's like every show does something on the Mackey's about
Yeah.
that little I don't know, that little hole into the river.
The devil hole.
Yeah, and that's where the demons are supposed to come from, or whatever. You
Yeah.
know,
Weird. I
No.
want to see you guys do it, but like because it's real. I mean, and the other ones are real too. Don't get me wrong, but now that there's always an air of like showmanship, whatever. But they like have two people that are just on like YouTube. They're just regular YouTube schmucks. They're putting out a channel. They're just helping people out, having a good time, being honest as you can, getting together with a camera and just going there and doing it on your own. I would watch that, man. Like, what time are you guys going on? I'll get popcorn. I want to see this shit. I mean, you guys will probably film it, then splice it, but I definitely want to see that. That'd be cool.
I would just love to get my hands on the place. Literally, I want to touch the walls and.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think there's a demon in here.
Clowns over there summon them.
I'm gonna summon you, son of a bitch. Come kill me.
when you get back to the United States, I think Travel Channel should do a show with us going around the United States, going to some of these places.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Some real shit. We're not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned British methods though. I've got a magic wand, so I'm gonna be using with the Hogwarts for a little bit. So I'm gonna be sticking them the old-fashioned way. Boom! Safe.
Just don't mispronounce your words.
And
yes,
we're not gonna be like Ghost Adventures to run out of the house every freaking thing that happens. The overreacting of the stuff. We're gonna be more like Clown. Come on, make me die, kill me, then do it.
He says that. Everybody says that until they have some big ass phantom hand stroke his freaking right across his groin area. Yeah. He'd be running real fast. When you have someone touch you on the shoulder or like grab your whatever your body part is, I want to see a person say, "I'll never run." Man.
Oh yeah, but I can see that. Run. I can see that happening the first time. But I'm sure if you're doing it for the 200th time, you get a little immune to it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if you watch the latest version of a Ghost Adventure episode, they're still running outside. Like, really? After 20 years, you're still scared? Come on.
What you're saying? Sometimes for entertainment.
I know.
I'm always afraid to come back with you. They fucking follow you. That's my biggest thing. It's like, don't follow me, man. If I'm here harmlessly, please don't come back with me. Because, everyone has to go to bed sometimes. And you're a little bit strung up by what just happened. And that shit, they get into your head because I've had them freakers of those suckers go into my head in my dreams. I know they go in my dreams. Hello, like not in my dreams, man. This is my area. Get out of my head.
What about following you home?
Thing. How would you know? So you see ghosts in physical form. You're wide awake, but when you go to bed and go to sleep, do they come to you in your sleep? Okay, there it is. What's up with the dream world part? I heard that's a whole separate bag of potatoes, man. What's up with that?
My daydreams are just as well as my night dreams. Like I said, I had trouble sleeping, so I mean, it's a constant thing. I mean, it's a constant battle. I mean, I'm always seeing visions, always seeing people. I mean, I go to bed, always seeing people, always seeing visions, and it's just like, oh my God, really? I mean, turn this off, but I can't.
Maybe marijuana, CBDs, or does that enhance it?
I don't know. I take enough meds, it still don't work.
Okay. Oh man.
Oh, somebody's asking for your YouTube page. I'm retyping it real quick.
Yeah, get her on their page.
Here we go. Putting in again. There it is. I put it in the beginning of the thing too. Oh, good. Our good friend Flat Earth Music just joined us.
Cool.
Now,
Cool.
now,
Yeah,
people in the
Jerry.
chat, if you guys have a certain question you guys want us to ask, please ask. We're just chilling. You know, today's a chilling day. We're
Yes.
just having fun today. This is, you know, no flat earth talk, none of this. But let me ask you a question. Actually, not really on flat earth Mandela Effect, but when you see the dead, can you sometimes like literally have a conversation where you get asked the dead some questions?
That'd be cool.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. Okay. Let's bring Mandela Effect into this a little bit. You know, like
Okay.
did Henry VIII have a turkey leg or not in a painting? Could you like maybe ask the dead, hey, do you remember Henry VIII having a turkey leg in a picture? I know it sounds silly, but could you ask dead like questions like that?
Oh yeah, sure. If I have them here with me, and you know, I talk to them just as well as I'm talking to you.
Okay.
Yeah, because like one day, we did a spirit box on the app. We did an app that everybody claims that it's a real good app. I'm gonna ask you. Let me tell you the name of this app. It's called Ghost Detector. It's
Mm-hmm.
where you ask a question and then it gives you words. A lot of people say it is real. You know, one day, so Bob and I said we have fun with it on air. We asked, is the Earth round or flat? You know,
Mm-hmm.
and it gives us the word fixed, and it kind of makes sense that the world's fixed. But when you want to talk to a ghost, can you? I don't know if this is a stupid question or not. Can you talk to a ghost anytime you want, or does it have you have to feel the presence to be there? Because like if I want you to ask it a question, can you ask it a question now, or does it have to be there for you to answer the question?
The ghost has to be here with me, just like a physical person would have to be here with me. I mean, yeah, I could, you know, probably tune in. It's just like a telephone call, but you know, I can get them closer to me, and I could, you know, get close to the idea of what they're saying in here. But it's a lot easier if they're physically here. You know, if I'm on a property and I know those people that live there and died there, you know, I see them, then yeah, I could ask them questions. You know, just like a physicality of having a person there.
Yeah, this person's question, basically, kind of same thing I was asking. Ask a dead person what causes the Mandela effect. So this is a dumb question. Do you feel that is there a dead person around you right now by any chance?
Here's hoping.
There are 5 in this room.
Yeah, I'm going for 5 in it.
Shit.
So can you ask the dead person what causes the Mandela effect? That's from the chat.
Okay. Will they even know what the Mandela effect is? Okay.
I wouldn't think they would.
How about this? Even gone to the spiritualist enclave in Lilydale, New York. Ever gone to the spiritualist enclave in Lilydale, New York? Have you done any research, any ghost hunts in New York?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So basically that was the question. Here's another one, I guess. Ask the ghost if the Sagittarius Earth was blown up, destroyed from what?
Okay, that's a good question. Yeah,
Okay.
that's one of the debating questions with the people with the Mandela effect. There, a lot of people think that the Earth was destroyed. It was some cataclysmic thing happened where either you're a Matrix person, where the Matrix was just redone, the program was done, it started from scratch, or there was a physical, actual round Earth that blew up, or there was a flat surface that would just erased itself and regenerated itself. So yeah, I mean, if they even know what a Sagittarius arm would be, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And before you ask that question, this is more a simpler one first. I have a question. Are there pets with them? Do they see their own soul, dogs, cats at all?
I have not ever picked up on a soul or a sound of a pet. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's the reason, because I do kind of know how life and death works. I know how it was created and how it is redone, actually, by talking to the dead. So I don't think that with animals as they die, I don't know if they go into a different collective than the human souls, is the reason, because I do not, you know, collaborate or able to connect with those.
Okay.
We're
So
getting a lot of questions from the Mandela side.
hold on. Let's go back to the first one.
Yeah.
How did we blow up? Did Sagittarius arm, the old reality, did any reality blow up and restart itself?
Okay, did the Sagittarius blow up or destroy what?
And from what? How did it blow up?
Okay, how did it blow up? I have an older woman here that's she's like me, she don't quite understand the question.
I think that's kind of a hard
Yeah.
kind of a question, in my opinion. How about a
Yeah.
simple question? This is a simple one for them. This is simple. Is the Earth round or flat?
Okay. Is the Earth round or flat? I have 3 people here say round.
Okay.
Oh, that's gonna piss off a lot of people.
Yeah.
Pissed.
I have an older gentleman that says he don't know Columbus went on a straight destination.
Okay.
Straight. Well, see, that makes a lot of people have done tests where out in like an ocean, they did like a beam where technically when you look straight ahead, the Earth is supposed to curve. But when they use these monocular systems, that the Earth was not curving where it's supposed to curve.
Yeah.
So when you're saying that Columbus on a straight shot, kind of makes sense in a lot of ways. And also, I mean, if you're a ghost, right, you only take in with you what you probably already know when you die, right? So if you already believe in the Earth is round and you die, I can't see where they change their mind unless they're floating in space and they're actually looking at it.
Yeah.
Or,
I take that as the honest answer. I take it because, had I not done research or whatever, a common person do their own research, whatever you are, wherever you're from, whatever your freaking religion is.
But have they?
It's philosophy. Yeah, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
It's actually a decent kind of I don't know if she's really saying this in a question. This person wrote, "What happens when we die?" When you talk to the dead, have you ever talked to the dead about what really happens when we die? Do we become them?
Yeah, and that's a really deep and a long subject, but I can try to shorten it up for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Think of we are mostly water, skin, and energy. Okay.
Yeah.
So whenever you die, that energy or that electricity that is within you, I mean, like a lot of people with Alzheimer's, that energy decreases and their brains, energy has a big effect on us. So that energy which leaves goes into a collective, which a lot of people will call it the river of life, which is water. Okay, that river of life is collected and you are made into another soul. Yes, there is reincarnation. That's why people have that extra memory. Either it's not washed off or you collect something from someone else in that river. Now, what you were asking were the people that stay, they have either what you call unfinished business, they like where they are, or they're like, oh, well, I'm able to talk to my husband now. I know I'm dead. I like it here. I don't want to go on. So a lot of them do stay around.
Okay. Now, here's a good question, actually. How do you know you're talking to maybe a demon in disguise? How do you know what kind of person you're talking to?
I've heard about that.
Because the oracle's around them.
Okay. Oracle.
Yeah. It's whenever I see a spirit, usually I know as a psychic medium, I feel that peace or that presence within them. If I'm speaking to a demon, I usually see them as a demon. They have a darker presence.
Okay.
I think I've heard that the clown too. He feels the darkness. He sees the darkness. I want to go back to an animals thing. Maybe not the animals with people, but if my dog died, which I have an old Chihuahua who's like 17 years old. I don't know how she's still walking around, but can her presence? Can I see, maybe if I had the ability, can I see her after my dog died? Like, can you see an orb that's from an animal?
I have not.
You have not. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Now, have you heard of the other mediums that have seen animals? Have you heard?
No, not not. That's any like
thing that you really talk about, right? I mean, a lot of people. I don't know how I mean, a lot of people love their animals.
Mhm.
I got a flatmate here in England. I know one of the flatmates here sees animals, not by choice, but saw an animal. Well, not dead, but they saw an animal, and then they thought the animal because they're over here. Pedigree dogs are everything. I
Mhm.
mean, they're like humans, man. They love. When I say England, I mean Americans do too, but you guys have no fucking idea how much these people love their animals, man. Pedigree heaven. Everybody is like a damn. You walk out the door, it's a dog show. I've
Mhm.
never seen anything like it here. I now taken up the hobby of walking dogs. That's what you do in England. I walk dogs. Now, this one person explained to me how this one larger dog was on its own at 3 in the morning. This person was walking around, and it came in the middle of the street, and they were concerned being in the street, and they shouted at the dog, right out to the dog, get out of the street, puppy, whatever. They got the dog out of the street, and then there was a guy coming behind. They said, "Sir," this person told me, explained to me the story. And it was a backpack, a foreign guy. They said, "Hey, we got your dog. We're gonna hold on to your dog." And the guy says, "What dog?" And then they look back, and the dog's gone. This person freaked out, and they're like, "Holy fuck!" They saw a phantom dog and had a little bit of a trouble with the whole thing. Are they crazy? Are they fucking nuts? Because their dog was barking at that dog that didn't exist. So I walk with this person at night, sometimes at 3 in the morning, whatever, hoping to see the phantom dogs. And this person says, over there, you see the cat in the street? And there's a cat going. And I said, I don't see no cat. You don't see I don't see no cat. What are you telling me? You see a cat. If you look over here, I go, there's no cat that I can't. So this person sees these fucking animals. They love animals so much, they see animals. Now, I don't see them. Is this person crazy? Possibly. I can't say this person is not, but they're sincere, just as sincere as a medium talking about seeing a human.
Mhm.
And so I'm still trying to see an animal. But yeah, I can see it over here. They claim to see animals. I've never heard of anybody in the States saying, I see animals. But over here they do. Maybe, I don't know. It's because they love their animals so much like humans.
Yeah.
Big difference. We love our animals too in the States, but over here it's borderline weird.
Do you ever get asked like these kind of questions like this that I don't know if it's appropriate question for you to answer? Like, can you ask about a missing person, Crystal Rogers? Do you get questions like that about missing people?
Yeah, I actually have, and I've done a couple investigations on missing people, and usually with those, I like to do a personal one-on-one. Like if you have something of hers, or I can touch it, or I'm in the last place that she was, then either I can see her physically and I can follow her physically. If she is gone, if she's not, I don't physically see her, then she's not gone.
Makes sense because if somebody like is asking you, can you find a missing person named Crystal Rogers? There's probably 1,000 Crystal Rogers. Without physically seeing like this person who wrote this, you probably can't. I mean,
Yeah, I
it'd
need
be
something to
almost
connect with.
impossible.
Yeah, I gotta be able to connect with something.
Like a piece of clothing or like an object. I've seen the shows. I'm just saying, I don't know. I've seen the shows. But they have to have it like the mediums are like well, I need an object. They need something in their hand. They need to hold a sweater, a shirt, a shoe, an object. They need to touch something. Or can you see it? Well, give me an object. And sometimes they've had success. Like the police, like this person, once you give them an object, they were able to locate an area. They found the area, which puts them. Well, this is the scary part. I know a lot. I've heard mediums talk about this. When the cops say, "Can you help us find a missing person?" and they give them the object to hold, sometimes they're reluctant only because then it puts them in the hot seat.
Yeah, I worry about it. I worry about that a lot.
No, and if you don't believe in this stuff, you're thinking this person is guilty because she has too much information.
Yeah, I mean, is that what you think? I mean, how does that work for you?
Yeah, it's like one investigation that I did do. It was on a missing 5-year-old, and I actually, followed the little girl right where she was, and I told the officers, I said, she's right here. I said, do ground penetrating, do whatever you gotta do, or you can just start digging and believe in me. Which they actually brung in the ground penetrating radar, and they did find her. And and they was, well, do you know the family, or do you have any, connections? Have you ever lived here? And I knew automatically that I felt like a suspect. I'm like, you came to me for help. I gave you the help. So now I'm reluctant, and I kind of pull back from those investigations if someone asks me, unless I have paper proof. I never knew them. Here, you've asked me first. So,
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
I can see that. I can see as a paranormal person that's a medium, literally having to have a document of themselves. This
Hmm.
is my daily. This is my daily chores around my house at these dates. Probably have a calendar they have to mark.
Right.
Constantly make sure
Receipts.
they're in. Do you have to have? Yeah, you have to have some kind of you're in this area. You're at this date. You were here because
Hmm.
can you find this missing child? Oh yeah, you get it's over at a field on A to B zone, and they find. Well, where were you at this time and date? I can see
Yeah.
it going back in
I
your
can,
face.
Yeah. Because
um,
this place was like, oh, 9 miles off a country road in the middle of the woods. I
Oh
mean,
god.
nobody would have found it. And I followed her right out there, and I told them who, what, when, where, and they're just looking at me like I lost my mind.
Oh
there,
wow.
there has been a question in the chat, but I think I'm going to reword it because
Okay.
there's been a lot of questions about virus talk, but you can't
Oh
really
god.
ask the dead is the virus is real because it is a flu. So it's a flu that is real. So that's an irrelevant question. But what does the dead think about us with this virus that's out there? Are they laughing at us or do they have an opinions about the virus? We know it's the
Well,
flu. We know it's real.
I actually had this little experience, and I was doing my graveyard videos, and I was talking about the influence of the times and the Spanish flu and things like that. And they actually said, we had it harder. So I guess they know what's going on. And it's like, maybe it was, harder on them back then because of the doctors and things like that. So I guess we are blessed to have the doctors and the scientists and stuff that we do have. So
Okay. There's a lot of death back then. I mean, if you imagine the majority of them were diseases,
yeah.
I mean, they didn't have, I mean, we're talking a scratch can kill you.
Yeah, that is all.
Childbirth is almost a death sentence back in the day if you didn't have any midwives that were
Yeah.
smart. Fuck the
Have you
doctor.
have you talked to a dead person that have died technically from the COVID-19?
Oh,
No, I haven't recently. No, no.
okay.
I wonder.
I don't know any. There's not any in my town. So I get a lot of, 1700s, 1937, 1800s, 1800s. Yeah, there's a lot of 1800s around here. So
Wow. The 1800s. Yeah. I could see a lot of death. What was it? The oldest, like, women are like, if they can make it to 30, they've made it to 90.
yeah.
My God, you're 30 years old. I've never seen an old one like you. They call them elders.
Mhm.
You're 30 years old. You're an elder. Fuck.
Speaking of messages, is there anyone in the chat that goes by the name of Gene or has a Gene?
Oh, not me. Oh, the chat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey,
Chat.
everybody in the chat, listen to her right now because sometimes people in the chat are just talking with each other. They're not.
Right.
Sometimes they don't listen. So I'm gonna have her repeat that question. So everybody in the chat, hold on, I'm gonna type it in. Everybody in the chat, listen to her question. Everybody in the chat,
Shut the
listen
fuck
to
up.
her question. Because they'll read what comes up in the chat, but some people just you know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Here we go. Now re-ask that question.
I'm looking for someone that has the name Gene. And yeah, your brother just passed, Gene.
Here we go. Come on, someone in there. Everyone's like reluctant. I don't know what to say. Wasn't paying attention. Oh, my name is Dory. Someone said her name is Dory.
No, I look for Gene.
Come on, guys, don't be afraid.
I'm wearing cutoff jeans.
Oh, right here. Here we
Gene,
go.
me. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Is Gene a dude? I mean, it could be. I mean, it could be.
It's a French name.
The opposite, I don't sex. This is coming from a guy, and I understand it's like a husband.
Okay.
And John's a fellow person who watches a lot of our shows, so he's a real good guy. No, he's not somebody new.
Not an implant you put in there. So if this person's responding, it's one of our regulars. So you got that going.
Okay. Well, I got the idea that you guys listen to the Monkees, the Cheer Up Sleepy Jeans song.
Yes, in French.
Okay.
Okay, so I got to listen to the Monkees, the Sleepy Jeans song. You guys had you shared songs back and forth together that meant a lot of meaning to each other. And I'm sorry if I tear up because whenever I do talk to people like this, I have emotion.
It must not be him because he said he talked to his bro yesterday. Now, this person wrote Gene or Gene, Gene or Gene, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter. I'm getting just the word Gene, and this is coming from a partner who recently passed.
Mo has a brother, Gene. Queen of Swords has a brother named Gene. Okay. I have a brother, Gene. I don't think. I have a brother, Gene. I don't think he did, but could be. Wow. I hope we're not the reason she discovers that.
Yeah. Right. Don't be lighting no torches up on the show. Because there could be somebody watching the show too. I mean, there could be somebody out there who's not putting stuff on. And her defense, there could be somebody not putting things in the sidebar because we got people watching. People just chat and typing. So if you're out there and you're hearing this and it makes sense to you, go ahead and put something in the sidebar. If you're too embarrassed, then
Yeah.
And one person said the emotion shows you are connected. They believe you because you're showing real emotions. Last I heard, he was in real bad health.
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
okay.
It's somebody that they have shared songs together. Like, you would pass songs back and forth to each other that would have meaning for your names. That is something commonality that you all shared together, if that makes sense to this person. But the message was everything's going to be okay.
Oh,
speaking of that, guys, I know empaths or empathing. You're empathing. You get the emotions of the other person. You get the emotions. I was told that one of those new ager does Reiki and all that fun stuff, and said I was picking up stuff, and she called it empath. I don't know what an empath is. She explained to me that you get everything from them. You get their emotions, you get their rage. Because I was having some difficulties. I don't know shit about this stuff. Apparently, I have it. Versus you got it real bad, and you'll go through a mood swing and not know it. You don't know why you're pissed, or you don't know why you're sad for no reason.
Yeah, you pick up on other people's energies. If you're an empath, you get their emotions and everything.
And you got to learn how to not do that. I guess take them in. It's part of your. You really got to do it.
Let me ask you this. This might be weird. Say Bob's down here finally, and we're gonna go on a ghost hunt, and we want to find a person who says they're medium to go along with us. How would you determine if me Bob's interviewing some people to come with us? How can we determine that person is real or just a fraud?
Okay. Oh.
I know it's hard, but is there something that we Bob can look for to make sure we're not being scammed? Because there's a lot of scammers out there. There really are.
Yeah. I would say most mediums, if not all, should be able to talk to the spirits. And I would take them to a cemetery. Mostly all spirits are there. And I would go out before them. I would jot down some, maybe a small cemetery so you're not doing a broad range of names. And, I would, write down a few of the names there and, not even let them go into the cemetery and see if they can connect with any of the names on your list. And if they tell you, Jean Moreau is here, then you have a medium.
That's a good one. And don't tell them what funeral or what graveyard you're going to, so they don't do research beforehand.
Right.
Hey, this person actually might have a decent question. Going back to the one you're talking about, he says, "Can you ask him what his sister name is? The person who passed away. Is that possible? You can still talk to him and ask who the sister is."
Can you tell me who your sister is? Margaret?
Margaret. You hear that in the chat? Queen of Swords. She said Margaret. And I really hope that's not your name, Queen of Swords. Bob, somebody's going to be jumping in this channel just right now and saying, look, Bob and Eric made somebody cry.
I know.
They're calling us assholes.
I didn't do it.
I'm used to making women cry.
That was all on me.
But in the wrong reasons. In the paranormal way, people. I didn't slap nobody.
I do this in the store, so
So
it happens because one time at work, I had to write up this person. I had to write her person up, and she was a girl. I had to write her up, and she just started crying. There was another supervisor with me, and then the next day at work, dude, you made her cry. I'm like, what? You made a worker cry. What's this?
I'm the king of that, dude. Remember, I was the first petty officer of the United States Navy to have females on the ship in my department I was in charge of. Remember, I had them crying every other day. We're always crying. Always crying for some reason. Why are you crying? This is the military. We don't cry in the military.
Our other good friend in the chat, Sevterius111, says, great show, guys. Hey, everyone, this is awesome. This lady's incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, remember, guys, it's something in the sidebar.
No, Margaret. Okay, good. That's not you, Queen. I don't want it to be Queen. I don't want to be responsible where she finds out that she finds out no. Holy
if I'm in a fucking place and someone says your brother, I'm sensing some Eric. Eric says sick, and if I'm like, I don't want to think bad thoughts, so I'm not putting something in. I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, I think he's okay. I hope. I don't want to put myself in that position. So somebody out there could be getting the same vibe. Going, I don't want to put stuff in there. I don't want to jinx myself. I've seen that with people with mediums too. And the person will be nailing everything, and they're kind of getting nervous. They don't want to have no bad vibes, so they're not gonna put nothing down. I'm keeping my mouth shut.
I ain't going there.
Have you ever asked yourself like dumb questions to the ghost just to ask like did you ever ask the ghost one day, hey, who killed JFK? You ever done stuff like that, like asking who killed John F. Kennedy?
Yeah.
Okay, who killed John F. Kennedy? We want to know. Breaking news.
The truth.
The truth?
Yeah.
Well, that's to them, from them.
Or the dead ghost's truth.
It happened in the car.
It happened in the car. Here's a damn good question. I don't know if you can ask one of them. How many people were in that car when John F. Kennedy got shot?
Originally? Yeah, from Sagittarius.
How many people were in that car when JFK got shot? Ask one of those friends ghost. What do they remember?
There's no wrong answer because there's two answers now. So you're not going to be yelled at or looked at bad.
I have like 1800s here. I do have one here from the 30s. That was the 60s. I don't know if I could call on somebody.
Your show. Anybody you want. This is 100%.
There's been a Mandela effect on how many people that was in that car.
That's the classic.
We know the true number, but we're curious what someone on the other side might think the true number is.
Okay.
That's why.
Can any spirit here bring me somebody from the 1960s?
There we go. Anybody showing up with high waters?
Or technically ask any ghost, what do they remember? How many people are in that car? It doesn't really have to be something from the 60s. I'm just curious, what does a dead person think the number is?
Well, someone from the 1800s really probably wouldn't know that information.
Yeah, they wouldn't know that.
What do you think the number is by any chance? But how many people do you think is in that car?
How many was in that car? There were
Yeah.
4.
4.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you something. See, you say 4, right? 4 is the Mandela Effect because they're saying there were 6 people in that car, but everybody remembers it as 4.
Yeah, recording to 6 now.
Bring up the video.
Yeah, go ahead with the video. Yeah, what the hell? Yeah.
But I think the video is a copyright thing, and every time somebody plays it, you can get a strike from it.
Do you really? Oh.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find that video, and then. So, Bob, you asked a question when I try to find that video. Maybe I'll speed it up where they can't connect.
Well, yeah.
It, so.
I see the new footage. I'm straight up. I see the new footage. I'm like, I fucking. You can tell his wife did it. You know, Jackie shot him in the back of the fucking head. So, I mean, that's just. From using firearms, I know about firearms, and I can see clearly her elbow roll up and fucking capped him in the back of the head in this timeline, in the footage of this timeline. And even now, I question everything from footage. Everything seems to be CGI, fake. To I don't know what's fucking real anymore. I mean, I think Trump just got his presidential seal back onto his little podium. It had been missing for several days. All of a sudden, it just popped in today or yesterday. I don't know if that's CGI. I guess somebody had just put up a posting with the Pope was saying hello to everybody at the Vatican. You know, he's at his little balcony. You know, he turned around and fucking disappeared. He like disappeared, like boop, gone. So I don't know what the hell's going on. At least you probably get to talk to real ghosts, and they probably have the real answers. Because right now we're seeing crazy shit. But here's the
hold on. Let me push pause for a second.
Yeah, colored footage.
I'm gonna put on fast speed just so because you look for any reason to to give you a strike and stuff. So I'm gonna put it on. I'm actually gonna put on 1.75, so it's gonna be a little fast. But okay, Bob, can you see it on your side?
I can see it on my side.
Here we go.
133. What's that doing in there? Here we go. The footage. Yeah, here we go. Let's go ahead with the. And then she goes.
There's 1, 2, 3. Hold on.
There's 6. So that one.
Yeah, there's driver and a person right there. There you go. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She's, I'm gonna cap your ass, bitch. Boom, takes him out in the back of the head, says, I'm out of here. I want to wear my bloody dress for like 4 days straight, psycho lady.
Now, you're saying that a ghost actually told you that he got shot from the inside of the car. Mm-hmm. That's a new one. I haven't heard. I haven't heard that one. But have you heard that one?
No, I'm just taking a guess from the footage. I'm doing on-site visual evidence from the footage. She's actually hearing it though.
This is the most awesome question that I never even thought of. Where's Hoffa?
Oh my God, Jimmy Hoffa. For those of you who don't know Jimmy Hoffa, he was oh God, what do they call that? Something stir a hipster. No, he was
he was a businessman.
He was, what do they call those guys? They're union. He's the union guy. He's the head of the union. The union guy. Yeah. So he went missing. The head of the union went missing. And even, Geraldo had a moment where he thought he was going to jizz on himself when they found his body was supposed to be in some bricked fucking wall. And Geraldo Rivera had that show. Like everybody's like,
oh, a Capone, Chicago Capone. It was supposed to be his secret hiding money, hiding treasure, or whatever. And they dig through the brick. There was nothing in there.
Nothing in there on live television. that poor fucking guy is just sunk to nothing, man. He was like,
Well, hey, listen, he's got a job with Fox News, so he's making his money. He's not hurt. But have you
hilarious.
ever asked questions like that to the ghost? Like, where's Hoffa? Have you ever done that?
Yeah, what's the hardest one? There you go. What generally is the hardest one? You know, what one of those important people kind of a thing. You get one of those, like a Hoffa one. Yeah.
I have asked for Jimmy Hoffa was. I didn't quite believe the answer I got, but
Okay. So you've had that question. I would
yeah,
imagine.
because when I asked,
What did it say? What was the question? I mean, you didn't believe it. You're saying it right now, everyone. So don't be pointing fingers at us. No, she just said she didn't believe it. But what is it?
well, the way it came back to me, and they said, "Oh, you mean the businessman?" And I was like, "Yeah, Jimmy Hoffa. You know, the one's missing for years." And then he's like, "He's in New Orleans." I was like, "In New Orleans? What's he doing in New
Oh,
Orleans?" And he's like, "He's been there for years," but they didn't say where. So
oh.
I'm guessing in my mind, just assumption. Maybe they took him out to the swamp somewhere.
Put up
Yeah.
alligators.
Yeah. Yeah. He sleepeth with the fishes or he sleepeth with the alligators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird it came back to me when they questioned, "Oh, the businessman," because, I really didn't know anything about Jimmy Hoffa, at the time until I looked it up. And like you said, he was with the union. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, he was a businessman.
I want swimming pool in the backyard. Should I claim Hoffa a treasure back there?
Good luck. I mean, if you guys think that Hoffa's buried somewhere on your property, make sure you get Geraldo Rivera. Make sure
Yeah.
you get him because he's got a thing for that. He'll be excited. He'll probably be excited. He'll wet himself and oh god, I can't wait. Grab the camera crew.
Keep off
Big
over, by the way.
Do you have some kind of a like the most, I don't know, scary kind of a story about that just scared the shit out of you and it still kind of haunts you from talking to the dead?
Well, I did stop whenever I was probably about 15 until I was 23 because of an experience. Funny you said that.
Oh, let's hear it. Let's hear
Well,
it.
like I said, I was getting really in tune and working with what I had, and I was at that teenage years where you're curious and just see what I could conjure up and what I could do and prove to my friends. And I was getting really deep into it, and my mom and dad had bought this home, and it was one of these houses that was really cluttered, and we had to clean it out. But I felt uneasy when I even got on the property.
Oh.
And I told mom, I was like, I don't want to be here. She's like, why? I was like, I don't want to be here. She's like, I'll just give it a chance. It'll be all right. And I'm, thinking I call bullshit. But anyway, I mean, I had that demonic feeling, coming over me.
Okay.
And the second night that we were in that house after we cleaned the house, the edge of my bed completely flipped me up. And I'm like,
shit.
I'm just sitting there going, okay, try to just let it go, let it go. Well, then the other side of my bed completely flips, and I'm like, okay, I was going to ignore this. So this went on for several nights, and I told mom, I said, I'm not sleeping in that room. It's not going to happen anymore. If you want to sleep in there, go ahead. You sleep with them. So she's like, well, where are you going to sleep at? I was like, on the couch. I don't care. So I come in home from school one night. And I'm laying there one night, one day. See, that's a medium thing too. Someone's thinking something about a night. Okay, so I come in from school one day and I'm laying there on the couch and you're kind of half in and half out of your sleep. And I look up and I see this white cat on the back of the couch. And I'm like, I'm half asleep because we don't own any cats. But, you're 14 years old, you're going to reach out and go, nice kitty, This thing's mouth opened up further than what it's supposed to.
Oh shit.
It made the horrific growl I ever heard in my life. I mean, I can't even explain it. My whole body lifted from the couch across the room 5 feet and to the front door another 6 feet.
Okay.
And I knew right then and there that I'm done with dead and demons. So I crawl out of the house and I'm sitting in the front yard and I wait there until my mom comes and I'm like, yeah,
No.
I don't want nothing to do with it no more.
I would walk out of the house too. I mean, you physically, yeah. There's no demon. You don't have to face a demon cat in your fucking life. That's not cool. I
No.
would definitely leave the house.
And
There's no reason for you to face a demon cat again.
no. And I know the guy that lives there now, and he's like, I had problems whenever I moved in here, but there's one section of the house which is like the bedroom. I guess I was sleeping in. I never really, talked to him much on it. He says I let all the dust collect in there. I don't move a thing, and I have no problems. Okay, well, I'm not coming back.
No, so this was a cat. So you're laying on the couch, you look up and you see just a big old fluffy kitty. He said the big old fluffy kitty, big fluffy kitty looked at you and opened his fucking mouth like a big ass monster.
Yeah.
And you go flying across the room to the fucking door.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's a hell of a
I knew in the chat there's gonna be somebody gonna be talking about Carol's Tigers from the Netflix show Tiger King.
What is this movie?
Where Carol supposedly killed her husband and fed her to the lions. I knew someone was going to say that.
Okay.
What is this movie? I don't even want to go. I don't. What is it?
It's a documentary, and it's the craziest.
I see it.
It's the most craziest son of a bitch documentary there is. My wife watched it all, so I seen it all. And they're all fucking psychopaths. And everybody's wondering, what did Carol do with her husband? Did she feed it to the tigers? Maybe
I
she
don't want to watch it. I feel like I'm going to lose fucking smart points. I mean, it's like one of those movies you watch, you walk away feeling more stupid than you ever have in your entire life.
All the smart points got to be thrown away right now because when you're home, you're quarantined.
Yeah,
dude, you're so fucking bored, man. You're watching anything. You're trying to get your mind off anything.
Yeah. It almost seems like it's programming. Like they specifically, I see it on Netflix. I don't watch Netflix that much. I might pick one movie out, but mostly it's my old collection. I look for I'm a nerd. I look for numbers, numerical values for certain things in certain movies. But this thing keeps popping up, and I'm like, I feel stupid looking at the cover. My mouth, I have a mouth breathing moment. I want to watch this. It's like wanting to watch the 70s porno. Yeah, it's just, it ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it.
Hey, listen to this story. I had a bad spirit in my home years ago. It would throw stuff. Then one night it got on my bed, tried to hold me down. I found my power and ran him out. The whole house shook when he left. No joke.
Oh, shit. Well, it sounds like her situation with the cat. And then you got your bed tossed over too.
Yeah.
So
have you seen that before, Nicole? Have you seen people get rid of ghosts and things shake right before they leave? I see that in movies too, where when something leaves, it leaves like, and then it's gone.
It's the energy. Like I said, they're all energy. So whenever you release that energy, it has to go somewhere. I mean, it's
like an explosion in a way, an invisible explosion.
Yeah, it's got to go somewhere.
Shit. So your mom wasn't buying that house, right? You guys were just visiting that house? Or what was the story with that house, though?
We were renting.
No more.
We were renting because we were in the process of moving from one state to another, and that's the only place she could find because, that time and those are back in that day, and couldn't find anything, and she's like, "Well, this is the only place," and I'm like,
You guys moved out immediately. You guys didn't go back in that house. That was like the last day you were in that house, right?
I moved out immediately. She stayed.
Okay.
My brother stayed too, and then they had their little experience, and then they moved out a week later.
Okay, so she had a paranormal experience too, then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's that like? What was that about? Is it the same cat? Was it Kitty?
No, she said this great big orange ball formed at the end of her bed.
Okay.
She could see a staircase with a guy at the end that had bronze features and hooked feet. And mind you, my mom is really religious, so that's probably her description of Satan himself.
Okay.
And he was standing at the foot of her bed within this orange ball. And she said she began to pray, and whatever she does, Mama, you go. But the ball disappeared and went through the wall. And at that same time, my brother said that something attacked him in his bed and he punched it. And mom said you could hear it hit the bedroom wall and it actually tore the posters. The kids had the posters back then. It tore the posters off the wall. And that's the last that they seen of it.
Oh shit! So you
Have
have a
you
brother?
have you
Okay.
ever seen the movie The Entity? I remember that long time ago. I can't remember so much about it.
The entity where the girl was sexually assaulted.
Oh,
Maybe I can't remember because they're asking, do you know if that's true?
oh.
The entity, yeah, I do believe that was based on a true story.
How about the most
I'm
popular ghost story of them all, Amityville Horror,
Oh shit!
the
I
one that
actually,
Lord Ed and Lorraine supposedly went there themselves.
yeah, I
God,
actually went to the property with a friend of mine,
Okay,
and I felt the presence as soon as I got in Amity. It just felt like something sitting on me. I didn't feel like I wanted to even be in that town. But whenever I got to the Amityville property, I picked up, you know, the death there. Of course, I could, see, the kids and everything. But I didn't feel so much as the house. It is the property.
oh shit!
Yeah. So if there's anything in that house, then it is residing from the property into the house.
well, if you remember, the story goes that
Yeah.
the son heard voices
Hmm.
and then killed the whole family.
Wow.
I mean that's,
That was like the
and then of course
scariest.
story where the people move in and of course they leave.
Yeah, that was one of the spookiest movies. I don't get scared of spooky movies. As a kid, that one got me. The Amityville Horror was a
The
movie, but it was
original, yeah,
real
yeah.
events. And so they had the newspaper clippings, and all these other shows were like, "Oh, it's based off real events." And they've got the picture of the guy fucking in the paper. He killed the whole family. Like, whoa!
Yeah,
It really.
not the Ryan Reynolds remake, people. We're talking about the one from the 70s.
The dude really did it. He snuffed the whole family out.
Right. And I
So
kind of believe Lorraine whenever she was saying that that energy or that force that resides on that property actually snuffed out those shotgun or rifle sounds, because that is possible, because it is an energy. The
yeah.
noise coming out of a rifle is energy. If you snuff it out, no one's going to hear it. So, I
Ooh.
do believe it is
According
possible.
to Sunny 3, she has actual court records from the Amityville case.
Ew, that'd be scary.
And woo, she
Wow,
should email those to me. I would love to have those.
wow, I like to see those things. Can you send those? I want to see those.
Now,
Wow. So you
and
went to the property. That's cool.
how about the property to when Ed Lorraine and they went into where they made the first movie, The Conjuring, is based on the Perez or family, the farmhouse.
Yeah, I have not been to the farmhouse.
Oh. Let's go back to Amityville then. What the hell did you do there? Let's go. Let's not skip this one. So did you go
Actually,
in
the people who have Amityville now, they don't even like you coming up to the front of the house on the
Well,
street.
this person just said, I live in Long Island and somebody just moved in there again within the last year.
What's up?
And didn't Ghost Adventures apparently did an episode at the Amityville? I don't remember. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think they did.
What's up?
I haven't seen anything actually in Amityville, as
So when you're on the property, you didn't get to go inside. You were just outside the property.
Yeah, that's when it was still for sale back in, I'm gonna say around 2009. So yeah,
Wow.
I just drove up on the property, and my friend's like, "You want to get out?" And I'm like, "No, no."
So you feel that
Oh.
maybe the story might have stretched some things out, but the truth, there is some truth to it.
Yeah,
You're saying, okay.
definitely.
Did you pick anything up? Did you see anything? What was your antenna like? What did you get? What did you get? Anything at all?
Well, like I said, I seen the children playing in the yard, and
Oh, creepy.
I just felt that evil energy within the land. I felt it in the whole island. I mean, it was more stronger at the house than it was when we drove up, into Amity itself. But there's something definitely with that whole island.
Woohoo!
Okay, I got a good one.
Okay.
What's that?
Good one. Bob himself, where he's at right now, has said he's been touched in the basement. Do you sense anything there that's evil or nice, or are they just sexually attractive to Bob?
I'm in a haunted house.
Can you feel what's in Bob's house?
Bob's house.
You know what I mean. The house
Yeah,
you're sleeping in. The house you're sleeping in.
Yeah, I'm in a flat. It's an old 1700s. It's an old 1700s flat. Of course, it's the old
Well,
style.
Bob,
Yeah.
shut up. Do you feel anything that's there that wants to sexually attract
Why
to
do I
Bob?
want to hear this?
The first thing that came to me is Bob don't have a basement.
Oh, there is one, but it's not a basement. Over here, it's a room. It's a basement. Over here, the basement is a room. So it's like brick. It's nobody living down there. Nobody down there. It's this place used to be a brothel at one. It's registered as a bar. The person that owns it can technically, by law, even though it was the 1700s, is written in as a bar, can turn this into a bar. I don't think they can legally turn it into a brothel again, but they can turn it into a bar for sure. But it has a lot
It was
of
an occupied room at one time.
Yes, correct. It was occupied. Yeah.
So it's not technically to the spirits that were there.
not
It was ever in a basement.
No, not a basement. Correct. It was a working room. Yeah. Over here, it's not really basements. It's a working room.
Yeah.
It can be used as a basement, but it's not a basement. No, you're correct. Not like the United States. The states will have a basement. You know what I mean? But
Bob, you're voting a question. Do you sense something there?
I don't want to hear it. The answer.
I want to hear it. Shut your ears.
Like I said, the only thing that come to me that, they thought you were lying because it's not really a basement. It's a working room, or it was a residence. That's the only thing I really get from that. Yeah.
Okay. Now here's somebody who wrote, Gypsy wrote, I think I died in an old house when I was 3 or 4 and was brought back. Any thoughts on that?
I could see that.
I mean, everybody has talked about, we all felt like we have died, we came back. Now, Nicole, when you hear people say that we have died, we felt like we come back. When people say that to you, do you have to sense something with that person saying that, or do you sometimes feel like, I believe you, I feel it?
So you're talking near-death experiences or actually dying?
Some of us think some people actually think they did die, and some people think it was a near-death experience.
It's
yeah.
There's a big difference there for me because
I want to hear that. Yeah.
Okay, a near-death experiences means that your energy actually never really left. Okay, if you die, then yeah, you went to that collective. Okay, you would have to physically be brought back through the collective into your other body, which is, I think, virtually impossible because you're being reincarnated.
Yeah.
So I think it's all chalked down to you having a near-death experience, really.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome you said that, because this person wrote, what about reincarnation? I have a clear memories of being a young boy in the late 1800s. So you believe in reincarnation, basically?
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, I know a lot of people don't believe in the Bible, but I will deplick some things out there that will try to explain this for you.
No, this community believes in the Bible, trust me.
A lot of Christians.
Okay, when they're in the Bible, they talk about the river of life. Okay, the river of life, which is water, which is also what we're made out of. Okay, the energy or your soul that is placed within you runs within the river of life. You can actually read that in the Bible. So if you can visually picture this, a soul within the river of life. Okay, so God, or whichever Buddha you believe in, he's gonna take that clay from the riverbank and he's gonna, mold you from the river of life and that energy. And that's what's gonna make who you are. Now, there's also within that river of life, there are other souls and other energies. Now, you can pick up your energy mixed in with other energies, just like, you get close to somebody and you can smell their cologne or their perfume, or, in that realm, you can pick up their memories, or things that they have done. And whenever you are reincarnated, then you also have that residual energy from those that you are around.
Yeah.
Now we have a listener who comes on our show a lot. His name is Voynich. Now he says still live. Now he claims he's alive, and I claim that he's actually a dead person. Just didn't know he died yet. Can you tell Voynich that it's all right to pass away? It's all right to go to the light. You can leave the body now.
I'm not following you.
Voynich is not alive. He's actually dead, but he thinks he's still alive, so he's still walking around and talking. He's wearing a mask in his UK country, and I want him to know that it's all right. He could go to heaven now. He can leave.
You tell Voynich to move on. You tell him that he actually
we're trying to tell Voynich to move on.
And he's bothering the living with his horrific dead features, and so we want him to pass on. So you're telling Voynich to pass on. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
So we're joking because one of the guys we talked to a lot of times. He had a pretty bad experiences recently. He had a pretty bad experience. And so Eric's making a joke because, dude, you died. I mean, that's the flat out. You just died. Move on, please. Get out of our show. Move on. Go.
How's this possible?
Right here. See, Voynich is clearly a vampire. See,
he's clearly a vampire. I think he's a vampire. He just doesn't die.
Vampires are real. There is that disease.
Really? Oh, so you believe in vampires? Some people do. So go ahead.
What is it? The Crystal River. There's a Crystal River prayer.
Crystal River prayer. I don't know what that is.
So go back to the vampires talk. What is it, Bob? You're asking? You believe in vampires?
Okay. There is actually a disease that people are photosensitive. They are allergic to the light.
Yes.
Yeah, just like the werewolves, you can look the guy up that actually has the hair deficiency. I can't remember what the actual medical term was of it. But if you look back through folklore, and a lot of people did not know how to explain these things back then. They did not have the doctors or the physicians. So if you had somebody that was allergic to the light, maybe this is where vampires came from.
Yeah, actually, people don't know it, but the royals. I talk about this all the time because the royals they inbreed a lot because of the Rh negative bloodlines, a real small group. They inbred a lot during the royal. Not people. I'm an Rh negative and I'm not inbred. Okay, so I'm a mud blood. I'm mixed with like we did. I'm mixed, but the pure bloods, they'd have all these genetic anomalies, genetic problems, and one of them was I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it, but they're covered in hair. They're covered in hair, so they'd have these royal portraits of the family, of the royal family, and they'd have like a little boy with his completely covered in freaking face hair. He's covered in hair, and they've recorded it on record of like you said, looks like a wolf. They've even had him in the shows or those side shows in the circuses. They'd have those, dudes covered, and girls too. My daughter. I'm not joking. Now, don't make fun of my daughter. My daughter was born. I freaked out. I swear I'm not lying. Here we go in the apocalypse swear again. May fucking God strike me down. I'm not lying during the apocalypse, man. My daughter was born with hair on her face. And so my daughter was born. I fucking freaked out. The doctor was in there. The nurse was in there. And she had a big smile. She handed me my baby. My little girl had hair. It would come off her face. And it was coming off her ears, long hair coming off my daughter's ears. Oh my God. I looked at the nurse. She goes, don't worry. A lot of babies are born this way. And the hair comes right off. It's the hair comes off like within a day or two. Don't worry. The hair comes off. Her hairline was to her eyebrows. Hair coming off her, coming through her face, real thick on the side, like my beard, running up her ears and off the tip of her ears, a long length of hair. I said, this is a damn wolf. This ain't a baby. They said the hair comes off. And again, they were correct. It was like 2 to 3 days later, a couple of babs later, the hair come right off. That little fine silk hair come right off.
Peach fuzz.
That gene is there. I know it.
Actually, here's a damn good question. If someone's passing in a mystery, can you ask them what illness they had?
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, if they were physically here to talk to me, in their passing, then yeah, of course. I mean, talk to them just like a person would.
Kind of like when you're going on a mission for police, whatever, trying to find a missing body, you see images on how they die.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, how's that? Oh, that'd be bad. Does that? It's got to get you emotional because you will know how they died. So,
Yeah.
and you get their emotions too, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit! So do you just start breaking and crying and start screaming, or what do you do? How do you deal with that?
It's hard to control sometimes. That's why I have someone that actually comes with me, and they're like, I know this is going to happen with her. You just have to
Yeah.
overlook it, and just
Wow, 'cause you'll
explain
pick
to
that
her.
up. That's messed up. Ugh.
So even if you wanted to turn it off, you really can't. Like if you said one day, I don't want no more of this. I don't want to see no more ghosts. I'm going to stop it. Can you stop it or no?
It's hard, but it's what I call bringing my guard up. And, you know, I could refuse to see and talk to them if I wanted to. I mean, it's really hard. I mean, it's just like an annoying telemarketer that keeps calling. But eventually, I could, get it finally set aside. But it took me years to get them to leave me alone and
Oh
not,
shoot.
yeah.
Yeah, I see those shows where they'll be sitting in their living room and they turn around at the window and like one show I watched, a paranormal show, and literally they had like the camera showing like a face smudge on the outside of the window. It's creepy as fuck. And the camera zooms in on a face smudge, and this lady's saying that they're outside the window now and they're walking up, they're staring into the window. Is that something and that's creepy. Now, is that something you go through too? If like you're sitting and you got them coming up to the window, you're in the house, like say you're in the kitchen talking to your mom and you look out the window and they're looking at you through the window. Is that what kind of shit you get?
Oh, yeah.
That's creepy.
That question that came from Betty Wolf. This is pretty sad because she wrote, "My daughter passing is a mystery."
Oh,
That's I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too. I wish, I had a way of physically connecting with that. And let's say if I had something of hers and then, she could come to me and knew that she could come to me, then she could tell me like, "Oh, this is just like an instance." And it may be true because it is coming to me. I have a really bad bellyache. Well, if you had a really bad bellyache, it could have been, something in the stomach that they didn't catch. And they could actually look into that. Or I could feel a pain in my heart, or I could, feel the physical pain of what that person was going through. And maybe that way, you could physically connect and understand what that
Yeah.
mystery was.
You know what I love? This comment right here. This is good stuff. Love these shows. I love that because we don't want to keep talking about corona all the
yeah.
time. It's fun to talk about other things, get your mind off. That's why we love guests like this. We can talk differently and ask questions that we don't really get to ask because I don't get to talk to a lot of mediums. It's not like if I had a yellow pages, mediums.
Yeah.
Who's real, who's not. But hey, I know television is television. I know that. And living in this time where we are home more, where we are watching some television. Is there a show that you kind of say, hey, this show's a bit more real versus this show? You should check it out. Is there like a recommendation kind of a show that we could watch during this time that you might say it's somewhat truthful?
Yeah, that's cool. I want to hear this. Yeah. What do you recommend? There's like garbage. So what do you recommend? And don't say that lion guy or that tiger guy. Please don't say that guy.
No.
You know what I've been watching? I'm serious. It's been fun. I've been on Netflix. We type in British mystery shows, and I'm gonna tell you something about the British. Bob, I'm serious. British makes good mystery shows. I mean, they're better than America. They're interesting.
I know they're all about that here because the fucking place is haunted, man. I debunk. I'm science. I debunk. If I tell you guys my shit's getting attacked, you could take it to the bank. If my shit's getting messed with, you could take it to the bank because I debunk first. So after I go through my thousands of debunking fucking things, there's nothing left but to tell you I have these certain things that happen and I can't figure them out. So, well, it says it was supposed to be a form of mad cow. She was 30, and passed with dementia. Oh, that sounds like, oh, yeah. Oh, that's what they call when they eat human flesh. I'm not saying your sister ate human flesh, please, but don't get that wrong, please. I'm just saying that there was a time when there's a cannibalism disease where they were eating brains over. There's a certain couple of islands that were eating the dead, and it had a type of mad cow disease. I forgot Hoguru or Guru or Hogo. Somebody else put it in the sidebar. It eats your brain away. It actually literally eats holes in your brain like a disease. It's a disease. It's bad. And we're claiming that Clinton has it. Hillary.
And I appreciate Betty feeling comfortable enough to even talk about this with us. That takes a lot of courage. But here's a question. My son has epilepsy. If she put her hands on him, could she help with curing it, slow it down? Do you have some kind of ability that not maybe heal, but slow something down on somebody if you touch them?
No.
Okay,
I don't have control of other people's energies. I mean,
have you heard of people that have something like that?
Probably religious people, right?
Yeah, religious people. I mean, they do claim they can do that. I mean, I don't know. I can't disbelieve that because I'm not a person that can or cannot do that. But
Here it is, Bob. I've heard that mad cow was actually caused by the British government forcing farmers to inject the cow with some kind of pesticide.
Yeah, no, actually, no. I know where it came from. I was in college. We talked about it at the University of Washington, UW. We actually talked about it, guys. There was don't. It's maybe incorrect. We all know how information is always fucking skewed. So let's put that on the table first. What it was is, and still being practiced, and it had to be stopped. And Eric and I are from Central California. We know about agriculture. We know about cattle. We know all that stuff. They were giving them feed, and the feed was protein, and that protein was other cows. So they were feeding cows. I know how disgusting it may sound, but they were doing that. They were grinding up, and they were eating chickens eating chickens. The ground up. I know how bad as it sounds, but they were using feed. They were using cows to feed cows. They were using chickens to feed chickens. They were grinding up and recirculating. And kuru, thank you. So when it was giving them a type of kuru, thank you, mad cow disease. That's what the number one hypothesis was. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's too, like I was saying, and it may have just came out that way. I was talking about, the stomach hurting and everything. I haven't even connected with her. And with dementia, I mean, if you talk about older, parents and stuff with that, they forget to eat. They forget to take care of themselves. Maybe she wasn't eating and she died from a malnourishment. That would be a mystery because the vitamins in your body are missing. There's a lot of things that are missing because you're not eating and you wither. I mean, and you're gone.
Yeah, Betty Wolf just wrote, a prion disease is a type of protopathy or disease of the structurally abnormal proteins.
There it is.
Oh, what I just said.
Yeah. Yeah, you were saying it right before she wrote that.
Well, people were getting it. See, they were getting it from the beef. The humans were getting it from eating the beef. So the cow would be diagnosed with mad cow disease. They've already got it. And so then the human that would eat the cow, reportedly, guys, now do your own fucking research. You could debunk it. I had a half-ass debunk it. They were getting the kuru from the eating beef. Now, there's a big-ass argument that came down from PETA that was putting this out as a false information act to get people to stop eating beef. Well, that was on the table, too. Now, let's put this into perspective before we start going and pointing directions. I was also put up as it was a lie to keep the vegetarians put it out there to fucking get people to stop eating beef. But, yeah, there was they leaked it to Kuru because they were feeding them beef. So they're supposed to be eating grass. They're supposed to eat that. They put nutritions, whatever, with the hay, but, But that's the answer to that one. Again, always take things with a grain of salt or a lot of salt.
Yeah, what did he write? Cody Scott Rose wrote, they're sick and euthanize animals in many commercial dog and cat food also. Watch what they feed your pets.
Yeah. We went to a wrong direction there through the veil. Where are we going with this? I want to go back to the scary things like Amityville. I don't want no more Kuru.
You want to talk about The Exorcist?
Okay. What's considered the most scariest place in the United States? Like, what is the most true that you feel in your heart that is the most scariest place to go to here?
The Exorcist house.
Where's that?
The actual house is in St. Louis.
The boy. It was a boy. The original story was the boy, not the girl. That's where the story came from.
Yeah, he was originally in Washington, and they sent him to St. Louis to be studied at the hospital. And the hospital staff started, actually seeing the manifestations and things that were going on. They tried to chemically, induce him into sleep, and they couldn't be done. So they called in, since it was a Catholic hospital, they called in the Catholic priest, and the Catholic priest actually said, that he was demonized,
Possessed, right?
Yeah. But they couldn't take care of him in the hospital, so they actually moved him to the house here in St. Louis, where they eventually ended up exorcising the demon, which I understand the demon is still present in that house.
No shit.
Yeah.
Are you going
There's
to
a
go
movie
to
on
that
this,
house?
Bob. There's a movie on this story. I can't remember the name of the movie, but they made a movie on the story. The true story.
I did hear something about it. I heard about a priest. A priest wrote the book on it. And he went to the hospital to exercise it. It was getting so out of hand that they had said, "You're going to move this to an off-campus kind of place." And I guess they moved it to the house you talked about.
Yeah,
And
the
then
archdiocese will not even let you read his manuscripts.
Oh God, no! What happened to the priest afterwards? Don't that affect them too? What happened to them? What happened to him?
I understand, he had, some problems with his sickness and everything, but, as far as I know, still alive and kicking, or was at the time. I think that years ago, maybe he was in his 80s, but.
Okay.
Well, I guess here's a fun little question, I guess. Is Halloween your favorite holiday?
No, actually, it's not. I love Halloween.
A nice, relaxing question. Good. We're getting to The Exorcist. Now, I don't want to ask this, but have you yourself experienced somebody possessed by an evil spirit, a demon, or something bad?
Yeah.
Oh, you were okay. Here we go. Let's get the story. What's going on with that?
It was clown, wasn't it? It was clown. Tell us.
Was the clown with you at the time? Because I would have that dude with me. If I'm going to go see somebody possessed by a fucking spirit, I'm bringing clown and a lot of whiskey. So
I wish I had clown there. I've been probably something I could have used.
Come out of you, demon. Come kill me, you son of a bitch.
Be gone.
What's your story?
Actually, it happened to my half sister. We had been, it was back in the day whenever I was younger, before I had quit and had the experience with the house. And we were in a cemetery, and this spirit overtook her, which I perceived as a dark spirit. And she got so cold that her body temperature was like 50 degrees. And we thought we was going to have to rush her to the hospital. And, everybody's going to look at me weird. We actually stripped her down, and we got like 5 or 6 of us around her to raise her body temperature back up. And, she was talking all weird, which, a lot of people say, oh, that's because she was cold and hypothermic. But no, she was talking as a different person. I know my sister's voice. This sounded like a man, And I'm like, okay, I don't know how to get this out of her, but I know what my mother always would do, which is probably a good thing. We all just started praying, and her body temperature came back up, and she was fine. And that's the only, incidents I've seen of that.
Yeah. In nomine Patri et Filii et Spiritus Sancti, get out of you, demon.
What is it?
In the name of Lord.
What about the house and story Zach Bagan bought?
Yeah. What's that? He bought a house, right?
Zach from
he's a guy.
Is that
Yeah,
the ghost
Zach.
guy?
A ghost
Yeah,
adventure.
he bought the demon house in Detroit, something like that, right?
What the hell? Do you know about? She knows. Okay, she's nodding. What's that about? What's this?
The demon house in Indiana that he ended up tearing down, which I would have kept the genie in the bottle if that was the actual case.
Yeah.
But I have my own personal opinions about Zach. You know, I do love ghost hunters. I'm one myself. I support everybody. But I think Zach needs to have a come to Jesus meeting with the reality. I don't know.
We're half Christian on my mom's side, so we're with you on the whole Christian thing. The other half, we're pagan, but we're half Christian, half pagan. We're like Paul in the Bible, like Saul. Saul was a pagan, but then he became a Christian, but he's half and half.
Yeah, but if you think about it, if you're Zach, he's doing a smart business thing, right? He buys the house, claimed to be haunted. Even if he rebuilds it, someone else is going to buy that house for, like, $20,000, $30,000 more than it's really worth. So he's making money out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, Eric, did you know that where Dad lived? Dad lived over there. And he sold the house, right? Our dad died, and then the house was left derelict, whatever. Did you know, Eric, down the road, a few houses down? I didn't even know this till much later. The Green River Killer's house was there by Dad's house, right? You knew it was by Dad's house?
Yeah.
Well, fucking knowing so many. Okay, I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, the Green River wasn't really for us. We didn't. Yeah. We weren't living here. We weren't living in Seattle when most of the killings were happening. So
no, we didn't do that. No.
To me, it wasn't.
I didn't know his house was down the road. Did you know which house it was?
If I know what it looks like, yeah. If I've seen it, yeah.
Well, I'm late to the party. I just found that out. What is it? Years later? Okay, it blew me out. Okay, yeah, that's they were selling the house, and I heard the reason why I heard about it is because according to the laws, the real estate agent has to let you know that this was the house of a convicted murderer. Blah 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 blah. And so the person who bought the house, I heard the story was, did not get that information, and so they were having people show up to the house and take pictures all the time. This person was like, why are they coming up to my house and why are they leaving notes and weird shit at this person's house? And I found out later on, and he was like, oh, you're in the Green River.
Okay. Now, this is the thing about that law. I know what you're talking about, because when I bought that one house back in the day in Des Moines, okay, we bought this one big house. We bought this house. They did a crank. There was a meth. They made meth in the house. Okay, so they have to tell you. But once you buy that house, once you own it, and when you sell it, you don't have to give the information from the house before. So whoever owns that house now from the Green River Killer, if he's selling it now, he doesn't have to say that because it didn't happen from the previous owner. They only have to tell you from the previous owner, not two owners down the road.
That's fucking.
So when I had to sell that house, I didn't have to mention that the garage was a crank, which I didn't give a shit. I got a great deal on it, and the neighbor was a cop, so it's like I'm safe.
Yeah. Wow, that was weird. Yeah, I remember that house you had, Eric. So look at Eric had a big ass, beautiful. I mean, it's gorgeous, huge house. Like, how'd you get this, dude? You work you're like a freaking cable guy. He's beautiful. He's the cable guy, a cable manager. But I'm like, how do you get a house like this? Multiple stories for guys like me and Eric from fucking farm country. This place is huge, in a beautiful neighborhood by the fucking sound water, just feet away. I mean, it was high fucking like shitting in high cotton. This is how cool the house was. How did you get this, Eric? It was a meth lab. Wait, what? Yeah, he's all happy. It was a meth lab, man. I got a deal on it. I'm like, I didn't want to touch the walls. I said, I heard you can't touch the walls, man. This was a meth lab. Oh, no, repainted. Everything's nice. So, yeah, there's a story for you guys out there. Go ahead and buy meth labs. You get them cheap.
Well, think about it. A lot of those people who bought those haunted houses is because people knew their haunted house and nobody wants to buy, Nowadays, people will buy anything. But back in the day, you used to get a discount.
Well, yeah. Oh, God. All those evil, dark, whatever actors were buying those fucking haunted houses. She probably knows they were buying haunted houses as hobbies, right?
Bed and breakfast and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just buying them as fucking hobbies. Like, I'm gonna buy a haunted house. I want to buy the legendary something. Exactly.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Red Pill Paul. Every show you guys do is awesome, and they get better every episode. That's nice. Give a shout out.
It's not us, guys. It's our guests. So through the veil, it's our guests, not us, guys. We bring on the people. Eric's been going out looking for the people that are interesting and have some cool stuff to say.
Yeah.
So,
but you go out and do all the pimping, so it's you guys.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Me and Bob don't want to do a show every single day about the viruses, about the new world, because dude, we need a break from it. And I don't want to have not fans, but people who sub you just because you talk about the virus, and then the virus is over and they're gone.
Yeah,
they leave you. I want good people like Flat Accord Music, great man. That man has made music for our show before, which is awesome. Real people. So, and we like to change the subject here and there. Today's paranormal. Yesterday was what was the turkey leg, Henry VIII. A little history. I don't know what the hell we talked about on Tuesday. What was Tuesday? Oh, Brian Stabley was on. Brian
Stabley, which is a highly recommended channel, guys. Yeah, the
end of the world.
Go back to those subjects. Go back to his. Yeah, Brian and Karen B. They're maintaining, which is they're supposed to do. They're maintaining getting you information about the coronavirus, is getting you guys information about what's really going on behind the scenes, and all these other fucking asshole fucking sites are lying to you about the unshield channels. We do ours. We take a break. Everyone needs a break, so everyone comes to us when they want to take a little break from that. We got Through the Veil, which is giving us some cool ass horror, evil stories about sisters' possessions, getting thrown off, attacked by evil kittens.
I don't like.
Is there anything else you want to throw in there? Like, it's freaking, give us some dirt, man. What do you got?
If you guys want to check out her channel, I just put it back again in the chat. So there's a channel. You guys want to check it out, watch it. And your channel's kind of new. I saw like right now you only got like 14 videos, so you're working and making more. And a lot of your videos are live investigations, correct?
Cool.
We done 2 live investigations. The rest of them, I done with the camera and stuff. Yeah, we got started whenever the virus just started out, so we're just getting started.
Yeah, virus is slowing all the fun down. Well, then again, it's emptying buildings. I've been heading all over the place. Well, I've been going to places that nobody's watching anymore.
This is her channel right here. She's got Alone in the Attic, live haunted house property, live haunted basement, Dead Man Curse. There's a lot of good stuff on here. Through the Veil Paranormal, Where's the Shadow Play? Is there any one of these videos that you recommend? Like, if somebody goes to your channel, that you recommend they should watch first?
Wow.
Come on. She's like, they're all good. Well, of
actually, I like the basement one because, there was a lot of spirit activity that we did catch on there. And we had this doll that was actually my mother's that I gave to another really good group, Everything, Leslie. I gave that doll to her, and it moves off of a bucket we have it sitting on, and this concrete basement, this 1800s basement we're in, you could literally hear the vibration and the racks behind me vibrating from this doll moving.
So the haunted basement, guys, if you go to their channel, the haunted basement is the 3rd level down right there. It says the haunted basement. You can't get easier than that.
I'm gonna check it out after this. I'll check it after this. I want to see it.
Yeah, Queen of Swords just wrote Through the Veil, sub and bell. Looking forward to it.
Awesome, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, come on, you got one more creeper, one scary one left in you. What do you got? You got something. You got that one story. You got to get out there. What do you got?
First of all, is my house haunted?
I don't know. I'm not in your house.
you can tell me. I got a sword. I'm ready for that ghost. I'm ready.
If I was there, I could probably tell you for sure.
Eric's used to clown because clown just sees in the background of what you're stuff with his eyes. And Eric, she makes it real clear that she sees the ghosts, the spirits. She talks to the spirits that are in front of her. She's not looking over behind your back.
Except for the one that was behind his back whenever he was doing the clown interview, and that's where I got the message to talk to you that one day. It
Oh
was
shit! There you go. Does it
Yeah.
haunt him? Eric got scratches too. Eric got some scratches one time on his
Yep.
toe. I debunked it though. I think it's just his own fucking scratchings. But Eric swears
I
it's
don't.
his.
I don't. I don't. Hey, listen. If you're gonna scratch the body, I don't go down to my toes. I scratch the toe. You know, my arms aren't that not that long. Okay.
actually, I think the scratches are elementals.
Okay.
What are elementals?
Hobgoblins, pixies, things like that.
Pixies.
Mhm.
That's what that clown said. I got pixies. Pixies fucking around this house. And I just made a description. He's like, yeah, those are pixies. Okay. Shit. Since when do you fucking meet pixies nowadays? I mean, it's like something you don't think about when you yeah, pixies. You're like, what the hell? Goblins, demons. This is a crazy ass world, man. The Mandela Effect kicks ass. I think I like it.
I
I
grew up
hate
with
it.
elementals with my grandmother. She's full-blooded Cherokee, so
Okay.
yeah, they
Here's a
believe in
question,
it.
Steve. What are elementals?
Yeah. So she's Cherokee, and she knows about the spirits, the world, the other realm. Yeah.
Yeah, elementals are like your tree spirits, your water spirits, your fire spirits. I mean, you could name hundreds of them. There are millions, and yes, the Cherokee do believe in Bigfoot, even though I don't go out and hunt him.
Have you ever thought? What do you think of the word when you hear the word Mandela Effect? By any chance, do you believe in Mandela Effect, where people saw one thing one way and now it's changed?
Well, I believe it as far as because it's a refinement of false memory. Okay, it's just like you seeing a car wreck and you're having to tell the police officer what you seen. Okay, well, right off you tell the guy, oh, okay, well, I seen a guy with blonde hair and a gray shirt. Okay, what if his shirt was actually green? That is the Mandela effect. That is false memory that,
Yeah.
you didn't recall it all. So, yeah, there is a Mandela effect, but I think it's supposed to be used toward a disparate aspect than what, they're putting it toward mediums and things like that. Because mediums are actually seeing the spirits. I can recall things to you that I'm not supposed to know. As
Yeah.
far as the Mandela effect, that's just, false information that you didn't trigger in your brain correctly.
Yeah. It's a 50-50 for some people. Like I call anchor memories that I know. I mean, I'll take it to the grave. They'll put me on a thing where, here's a choice. You walk off a cliff. If you actually believe what you believe in your mind is true, I would walk off the cliff for it. And then some things I'm like, I'm not going to go there. I'll have to call it a false memory. I don't remember 100%. I can't be honest and tell you. I'll take a wild stab at it. But there are like some people have for example, the Bible. Can't take it away from me. It's the lion and the lamb. Lion always laid, or the lion laid with the lamb. Can't take it away from me. Our grandfather was a minister. Unless that man went to a church and got it wrong his entire life at the freaking ministry, whatever he came from, then the university got it wrong, and then thousands of people got it wrong. So, do you remember the lion and the lamb, or do you remember the wolf that dwells with the lamb? And again, there's no wrong answer. Don't feel bad about it. There's a 50-50 on that one.
I remember the lion and the lamb.
Yeah, so that's a Mandela effect. So yeah, it's the cliffhanger. I said, if someone said to you, take a jump, here's the lion and the lamb, here's the wolf that dwells with the lamb. Which one is it? I'm like, it's the lion and the lamb. There's no misremembering. People like that.
Here's somebody wrote, I know for sure my sister Terry visit me often. She passed 2 years ago. She moved things sometimes, any messages for me. So when she moves things, that's basically giving her a message, you think?
Yeah, usually whenever spirits, and it takes a lot for them to move something. So if they're able to move something and for you to see it, that is something that they're trying to tell you. And usually they'll move something of significance. I mean, they're just not going to move, a random object. It's gonna mean something that you can actually, they know that you cannot talk to them, so they're going to move something that you're going to get the idea.
Okay.
Like if they move a coffee cup, you can guarantee it's going to have to do something with, the time y'all had coffee together, or they drank a lot of coffee, or they're going to move something with significance because it takes a lot.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
like the
So
movie Ghost.
they need energy around them to be able to do something, right? So
Right.
so if they need energy around them to move something, then why is most all investigations are done at night when all the power is turned off, or there's less energy floating in the house for them to use?
Yeah, I guess it's just a lot easier because the noise levels are down. They're you don't have street sounds and people around. So investigations, indeed are all spookier in the dark. We all know that. But as far as a paranormal investigation, the best time to do it would be during the day. If you could find a quiet place and they do have a lot of energy to connect with, or if you have, I don't know what those going to catch me off guard here, those pods that actually make electricity. You can use those.
The boosters, those little
Yeah.
a lot of people have those boosters. They were talking about that. Paranormal gal was talking about that. She's also doing it. She had those. She hunts stuff. It was like the energy boosters.
Yeah.
And also crystals. They say crystals are also energy boosters, stored energy. People bring crystals with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of a new concept. I go, oh, that's true. That's cool.
But if I bring two charged car batteries with me to investigation at night, put them on the ground, here you go. Here's the power.
There you go.
That'd be clown. That'd be clown. 2 car batteries and 2 big old gallons of holy waters from car batteries. We'll take down Damon. I can see that. But they have those. Crystals. They have those. I know people bring crystals. They bring those little electrical boosters for their, and then they try to bring them in more to give them more energy. I've seen those on a lot of the shows now. A lot of technology for ghost hunting.
Yeah.
Really there.
But a lot of times, that's why everybody loses their cameras and stuff like that because that energy is not there usually, and they'll just suck them dry. So.
Yeah. Well, everyone's talking about you got a lot of, the majority of the people in here, I'd probably say 99.9 remember it as the lion laid with a lamb. So we have, these are the Mandela Effect people who are like,
we all know the media loves trying to poo-poo the Mandela Effect, saying everything's false memories. But are you going to tell me millions and millions of people all have the same exact false memories? Come on.
The lion and the lamb, come on, man. There was the one, I always use that one to break everyone down with, look, seriously.
It's kind of like earlier, JFK, you said 4 people in the car. That's what everybody remembers.
Yeah.
And now it's 6.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, but don't feel, we try to avoid we do some Mandela Effect shows. We do, we got a lot of primary audience, but we try to avoid it because everyone has their own memory of what they have. So it'll be scaring people away. Because I've had people remember certain things and that it's different than mine. It makes me feel weird. I'm like, I don't remember like that at all. And all the Mandela people remember like that, and I don't. Like, I feel fucking stupid. I remember when I played chess, I'll ask you the question, and you'll probably get the wrong answer or right answer. Who knows? When you played chess, do you remember who you checkmate in the game of chess? Oh, you don't remember? No, it's no problem.
Now, I don't know if this person is asking you to do this or not, but do you actually do readings?
Actually, yeah, I do. If I have,
but that person needs to probably be there with you, right? Because this person wrote, "Can I have a reading?"
Yeah, I do that in person, and I use the cards. Now, I have been called by my friends the Queen of Tarot cards. I really don't like to suck up on the word, but I will have the book because I don't go by, the actual meaning of the cards. To me, as a medium, I see more in like the rider weight rate deck. I can't spit it out. Yeah. That has, the pictures in it. And I could give you more of a visual image and pictures of what comes across to me to you. Yeah, but in person.
I've heard that though. I've heard mediums, they'll get a tarot cards and they'll own it. They'll make it theirs. Mm-hmm. They're not going to go out of the textbook because they say a lot of times they say it's all bullshit. Well, it's not that it's bullshit. It's just it's not them. Mm-hmm. And they'll take the cards and they'll make it theirs. And this is their meaning for each card. And that's how they feel comfortable with each card. I heard that a lot, but actually, they don't go by the book. They use it for themselves. This is what they're saying with the card. So you're like that. That's the majority.
And you said you feel the present and past, not really somebody's future, correct? Like seeing somebody in the future. So that's safe. So I know if I went to you, I'm not going to find out that I'm going to die next week or something.
No.
That's good to know. That's good to know.
Can't help you there.
Good. I don't want to know when I'm going to die. You know?
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't mind. Am I going to Valhalla? That's the question. There you go. That one. Am I jumping to the mouth of a dragon?
I know how it all works, so I don't mind so much.
Well, you got the answer. You gonna share the answer? What's the secret answer?
This person said the last time I had my cards read, the guy said that I would be changing jobs in a few months. Now I'm unemployed. It looks like he was right.
Yeah, he nailed that one, didn't he?
Well, that wasn't too hard of a percentage guess.
He nailed that one pretty good. He must have been in the Corona conspiracy. He knew it was happening.
You see, I heard the false people, they would do research like if they know they're going to be seeing this one person, or they know, I'm not saying you, but they would research the backgrounds, research this and this and this. And a lot of things they come out is like a game where they know it's a 50-50 chance. And they know they say on one, they got you locked in, and then they can just go from there.
Right. There's a lot of, the false mediums that are really good at that. They know how to throw out the information to get the answer without you knowing they're trying to get the information. And secondly, they will charge you. I don't think you should be charged for a gift that you're giving somebody else.
Well, I like the trick you told me, Bob, about the graveyard, like doing the test, like writing down names, and don't tell the person where you're going, and let them try to tell you a name, and you see if that's on your list.
Yeah, but make sure they're at the cemetery. I mean, don't give them the information beforehand, but write down your names.
We're gonna blindfold the shit out of them. We're gonna blindfold them, drive them out there.
Well, they gotta be able to see the spirits, unless there's different intuitives, But
once we get there, we take the blindfold off, but no chance of him to see any name on the graveyard.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna blindfold someone and drive them out to the graveyard, and then secretly we're both gonna take off all our clothes. So when we get there, we're both gonna be naked in the car with that person blindfolded.
Yeah,
we're gonna take and see how they react.
And don't let them give you the 50-50 like Tom, George, Bob, Robert. Like a really unique name like Antoinette, Bonvio, or something out there.
Some older name.
Yeah.
We did hit our 2-hour mark, so we are going to wind down. But is there anything you want to say what's coming up for you by any chance? Like any shows coming out soon, or anything you want to put out there?
I do know next week that we are going to a haunted bridge where, it used to be like a 1950s traffic. The bridge has been taken down now. It used to go to a Main Brothers factory where a lot of people were killed under the old time presses and things like that. So we have that coming up.
Is that going to be like a video you're going to drop, or is it going to be live, or is it going to be like you're going to film it and then put it out afterwards?
Yeah, we're going to film it and put it out afterwards.
Okay.
Killer. Yes, that'd be cool. You guys, listen to that Sub Through the Veil. And we're all locked in the fucking quarantine, man. We're trying to put together some good shows for people to watch on the Mandela Effect on the YouTube channels. I mean, there's a lot of
variety, yes,
out there. It's just fucking garbage. So we can get some good shows out there. We all have something to watch. It's kind of fun. Watch real people do real things. I like that. The real reality TV. The reality TV.
23 wrote, thank you. The show was great. Yeah, cool. It was.
Guys.
It's finding real people, not like Zach. Yeah. Come on, Zach, tell us, what did you really see? Oh, come on, So, Bob, what do you got coming up this weekend?
Oh man, I don't know, man. I'm still bummed out. I was supposed to fly out today. I'm just kidding. I'm still working on I don't know. I might make a film, might run around. I might go to illegal places. I've been going to illegal places because there's nobody there. And I'm an American, so it's okay for me to do that. They usually stop me and I'm like, I'm American. I just got lost. Yeah. They like the accent over here. It's kind of cool how Americans like English accents. They like ours. So long as I just talk to people, I get away with murder over here. So
you might
I'm
do
a
a show
little
tomorrow.
bit at the moment, dude. I'm a
You
little bit.
might do a show tomorrow. Okay.
I might do a show tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
A short one. Yeah.
I am doing something Sunday night, 9 p.m. Not on this channel. I had Bob. Originally I was gonna have a backup channel just in case this one ever got shut down, and I was moving stuff over. Well, I don't need to do that anymore because
what was it called? Behind the green door.
Well, all the stuff is backed up off-site now. I got a company that everything is all this is being saved. So if I lose it, I still have the content. But every Sunday at 9 p.m. on my other channel, is if you're a Star Wars geek, we're doing Star Wars talk every Sunday at 9 p.m. So if anybody is interested, my other channel is called The Last Mile. There's the link. Sunday at 9 p.m. We're going to be talking about like one movie at a time. So this Sunday, we're talking about the Star Wars movie Rogue One. So any of you are Star Wars geeks, you just want to talk Star Wars, no virus, none of that is allowed. It's only sci-fi movies. And this is open stream for anybody who wants to jump on and talk Star Wars.
Cool.
So it's for anybody. So there's the link. Oh, wow. Our good friends, Paranormal New York, $2. Thank you very much. She's awesome. She does a show. She does live shows. She does like tarot cards on her shows. She does readings. So sometimes I go on there to get some readings, like you think it's fun to have different channels.
It's fun. I like making the connections. I like Through the Veil. I like the Sasquatch gals. I like all the cool people like Clown. I shout out like Brian Stavely, Karen B. I love because they're seriously on the local news. I like people that come. Was it the Matrix? Was it Matrix Unveiled or Matrix? Yeah, I just love the blend that they're putting together for people to be entertained with. I like these people. They come here, you get to see them as real people. They're not assholes or weirdos. If you see that, don't watch them. If you see good people, go to their channels. I like it.
I love good people. I mean, Clown is awesome. Now, Clown's been doing some 7 hours, 9 hours live streams. I'm sorry. 2 hours to me is perfect enough. 2 hours is perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
I
don't know what the hell to say after 2 hours.
He made me nervous one night. He sat there and he was going. I was like, he's gonna fall asleep at the computer. What is he doing?
Yeah, I love jumping over there, and then I leave. I come back, and he's still on.
Yeah, he supports so many, and he's a good guy.
He's a tough son of a bitch. Oh, thank you, Flat Accordion Music. So, like I said, if you guys like Star Wars, please jump on. And the last question for Vil is, will you ever come back in the future? Did you enjoy yourself?
Oh, yeah. I'll be back.
You know what I need to do? I'm serious. We have another guest we had on a few times named the Witch Goddess.
Yeah.
And she's very awesome. She's very cool. I would love to get you both on at the same time, kind of talk about, the mediums and the witch abilities kind of stuff, kind of like crisscross the difference of different abilities. I think that'd be fun, kind of like a share information kind of a deal. Maybe I could try to work something out and get a hold of her, and I'll get a hold of you. I know where to find you. I got your email. I know you're on Clown's channel sometimes, and well, that's it, people. I want to thank Nicole for coming on. And the crazy son of Bob, hopefully you're not a ghost head on their bridge that they're going to be checking out. Hopefully you're not a ghost there.
I'm alive.
Have me on.
And I hope somebody from the chat didn't find out that they have a person named Jen that just you didn't find out on the show. That would be.
If you were out there, you didn't have to put anything sidebar. That's fine. So, and nothing bad was said about your situation. Just hang in there. That's the good part. Okay.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys all later. And that's it. Let me end this now. Have a good one, everybody.
All right. Thank you.